Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I will be sharing with you some tips that I share with my buyers when they go and buy a home right before they put in an offer. I also share this as we go through the process with buying an offer, but if you are just about to buy a home, maybe here are some things that you can check off before you actually sign the dotted line. So here we go. Let me see here, share screen. There we go. So here's my checklist that I have personally for me. My clients will have a different checklist, but I thought maybe if I can go through this, it'll be a little bit more detailed. My clients have more of a summary of what this is for them. So if we can just focus on this part here, right here, it says, let's see if you can see. Oh, there's my mouse. There you go. Okay. So let's just focus on here. It says before offer. So this is my checklist on my side when people are buying home with me to ensure that, let me just move over there. There we go. Sorry, I just felt like I was a little bit off to the side. So here we go. So call listing agent for additional information. Of course, not the buyer does this, but your real estate agent, or I do it for my clients. And basically I like to, find what's the best closing date. Has there been any other offers? Just want to have a feel of the property and see what's going on. How many showings that they have? If they had a lot of showings, if they had little showings, are there any showings coming up? What flexibility in price does the seller have? Are they really if they're like, no, I'm not giving any money off. I want full asking. I want over asking. You just kind of want an idea of what flexibility is there in price. And then also I sometimes throw in, if my clients can only go up to so and so, is it even worth bringing an offer? It's always worth bringing an offer, but I throw this line to the listing agent just to see what the response is. So actually, that's a secret sauce there. So if you're a real estate agent watching this, that's one of the lines that you can learn to, inquire when you're inquiring about your clients. Let's go to the next one. So check for floodplains and on your local conservation authority. So in Toronto, you're pretty much okay. When you go outside the city, like in Innisfil and Barrie, you just want to see if your property falls within something called a floodplain area. If you are, your insurance, if your insurance may be a little bit higher. And also it's good to know that, if there was, a major flood or something one day, that would you be in those kind of areas? Good to know. Also pull up, again, this may be for your agent to do, pull up all past MLS and read all the description. Every time someone has something every time the property goes on the market for sale, there's lots of description, lots of details talked about the property in the description. So if you pull up the old one, let's see if there's something that, the history of that house. Was it ever been in a fire? Has there ever been in a grow up? Has anyone passed away in the property? Whatever it may be, it could be in description past MLS listings. Check for local termites. And if you are in a certain area that is known for termites, remember to add that clause into your offer. How do you check? Well, there's no one website that you can actually call, but you can kind of poke around. You can try to Google the address to see if, anything pops up in the news and regarding the address, area, and termites. You can call the major termite company within the area and see if, that area or that street has ever been treated for termites, and see if you can get some help there. Just a little bit of digging and history checking just to make sure. And again, of course, if the area is known to have termites. Let's see here. Visit their property once during the day, night, and weekend. So you're going to be living here for, a long while, right? For the next few years. And you want to make sure that, there's no surprises when you move in. So if you visit the house during the day, you'd see how it is during the day. Best to do, what I tell my clients is the best thing to do is to go there and pretend that you're driving to work every morning. So let's say you leave for work at 8. So I tell my clients, okay, arrive at the house at 8 and then drive to work and see how that is. After work, drive back to the property and see how that is. See how your commute to work would be, right? Drive in the area and see how it is. Drive around nighttime, see how it is. On the weekend, just see how it is. Just see the atmosphere if this is a place where you want to live. COVID clauses. So this is just, again, note for me. This is where I had all my COVID clauses during the COVID time to ensure that everything is covered. Let's just take a quick look if you're interested. Oh, it's a link to somewhere else. Things like, if there was a shutdown and everyone's shut down and it happens to be your closing day, what could be, done? Would we be extending the closing day because everything shut down? No one's working. That's what we had during COVID, but I'm pretty sure now we're okay with that. I send my clients a report about the home from our system, GeoWarehouse and Property Line. If you're an agent watching this, this is a great practice to do, to send to your clients. Each of these system has a report that talks about the demographic, the age of the age of the home in the area. Just talks about a whole bunch of things about the people in the area. So it's a great thing to have. Your agent should be able to provide that. If you go to About My Property, you should sign this up too if you're planning to buy the home or after you win the offer. This will tell you quite a bit about the property. I believe it also has square footage on this About My Property website. Just kind of Google those exact words, and the first website should pop up. I have my home. I opened an account with that for my home, and it just talks about like tax assessment and whatnot in there. I forgot what's in there, but it's all good information. If you are wondering about the survey and the boundaries of your home, if protectyourboundaries.ca have a copy, you can purchase it through them. So that's a good place to get surveys if you really want a survey of your home. So this one here, prism.environic.analytics.com. If you go to this here, this is actually another secret sauce of mine. So if you're a real estate agent watching this, bonus for you. All my clients actually do this for them. When you go on here, it talks about what the neighborhood, about what your neighbors, people in the area, what car they drive, what places they like to shop at. Are they like, do they shop at Gap? Do they shop at LV? What kind of brand they like? What kind of TV they watch? Do they watch mostly sitcoms? Like, it's amazing what you can find out about an area if you just do a little bit of search. So, just not that it would like persuade you or not persuade you from buying a home, but it's kind of good to know what kind of neighborhood you're going into, right? So sometimes I would like put the postal code of a certain area in, and they will say like, people in this area shops at Whole Foods, and they like to they when they go to restaurant, they like to eat the vegan stuff, and then they drive, I don't know, mostly BMWs. I don't know. Just a lot of interesting things that you can find out about the neighborhood. How do they get that information? I don't know. Someone can just comment, and if they know this website and how it works, that would be great. But I in order to search an area and what people are like in that area, I would use that website there. Ask if the seller, the person you're buying from, if they are residents or non-resident. Now that's very important for your agent to be asking, so that you would know, because then this kind of goes into taxes. Non-residents have to pay taxes when they're selling their property, and if the seller happened to be a non-resident and didn't claim that, and then they move out of the country, believe it or not, the buyer is stuck paying that taxes. So you want to make sure that the seller is resident and is not a non-resident. Next one is Google. So we've been Googling a lot of stuff, but put your address in Google, in Yahoo and Bing, and it says yes, all three. Address to see whatever pops up. Any history here, any history, check for fire, crimes. You never know what pops up once you start Googling things, and it's great to use not just Google and other search engines to see what else pops up. Is the property protected by Conservation or Clean Water Act? Well, a lot of places, this would be more out of the city, to see if that is a part of, if your cottage or something like that, or farm, if your property is under those kind of things, there's just some kind of other rules that you should be following. So let's just open up and see what it says here. I have notes on everything. So I guess I just have links here that if I suspect my client's property could be protected by some way of Water Act or conservation, I probably would visit these websites to get more information for them, right? Let's see what else is here. Complete and send client closing costs and monthly fees. So before putting an offer, you kind of want to know how much it costs to carry the home, how much your closing costs could be if you were to pay a certain price. It's kind of good to know before you kind of set everything in stone. You can always get it afterwards, sure, no problem, but it's always safe to have it up front. ask specific questions that are important to the buyer, such as death and stigma. So believe it or not, if someone dies in the house, that is not mandatory to be disclosed, right? That is something that if it's important to you, you should actually tell your agent to inquire more about that. So if someone who died in the house is very important to you and you do not want to buy a home that has death, anybody who died in there, have your agent ask the seller. Now, will the seller know the full history? Probably not, but they will know that from the time that they lived there if anyone passed away. So if that's important to you, remember to ask that. Last one here is it the last one? Yep. The last one here is schoolq.ca. If you put your address in or the postal code or something like that, you will get the list of all the schools. This is a really great one. This is just recently added on my list. You can see I haven't even put it in to be like before offer kind of thing, because I just recently added this. So schoolq.ca, you can find the school and score of it. List of all the schools. And then if you click on each, they'll have all the scores, the website, the links, everything, which is amazing. Really great way to find all the schools that you can go to if you were to move in that property. So then that's it. That is the list of all the things that I share with my buyers when they put before they put an offer into a home. And I thought I would just share this with you so that you guys can also have these kind of insights of to buy a home, so you can guys protect yourself a little bit more, get to know what the process is like a little bit more, and also to know what to look for before you put in an offer. A lot of people say that so they know like what's sold in the area, and then that's about it. The comparables, the price. It was what everybody talks about. Is like what did the neighbors sold for? But there's so much more than just what sold in the area. You want to know all about this too before you actually sign the dotted line. Well, that's all I have for today. Let me just go out of this. There we go. That's all I have for today. I hope that really helps you to be more knowledgeable when you're, putting an offer into your home. And, there's so much, fun things to look for. Even I have fun, like that prism dot something to find out what the neighborhood, shops at or eats at most often. That's always fun to have. I even tried it for my own property to see if I kind of fit the locals here. But yeah, have fun with that. And if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know. I'll be back again tomorrow, hopefully with another live stream with more information to help you buy, sell, and invest in real estate. Bye for now. Have a good night.